Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us for our Crown Yourself presented by Curls, Curves, and Crowns. I am your co host, Coach Dana W., and I have before you Ki-esha, Ellis, and we just want to say welcome. Ki-esha, is there anything you want to say?
Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. I am glad that you are here. You are in for a treat. We have some great speakers. Coach Dana and we are going to be speaking as well. And let's just have a good time.
Awesome. So as you all see, the name of our tour is Crown Yourself. And I have my crown on you all because I believe that we are all queens, especially as women of color. And so that is what this show is all about. It's all about loving yourself and accepting yourself for who you are, because we don't always need acceptance from others. So I want to just go ahead and dive into this summit for you all with our very first guest. I am so excited to introduce you all to her, a very dear friend of mine. We have Miss Deirdre Sanderlin. She is the CEO of Plan D Global Events. She is known as the Wonder Woman, you all, where women are transformed by her unique Traveling Women's Center. And I was privileged to work with her in the past. I know she is well knowledgeable about healing and trauma. She is also very knowledgeable in urban education. So we have before you Miss Deirdre. She teaches that women should be able to step up, being able to be strengthened, self-develop, transform, embrace, and prepare for the next level. So here we have Miss Deirdre. Come on, you all, let's give her a hand.
I like it.
Hello, everybody. I am excited to be here. I am honored to be here. I wanted to just say thank you to Dana, who gave me the personal invitation, but also I'm just thrilled to be amongst the rest of the queens that are up here. So I see everybody has their tiara, and if you don't have one, let's put an imaginary one on your head. So we're going to go ahead and crown ourselves, if that's what it is. Ooh.
Nice.
Because it's kind of heavy, and that's really a good statement. Crowns are heavy, ladies. The crowns you wear, they are heavy. Don't let anybody talk you out of telling people who you are, what you've done, and the crown you wear. So I'm going to start out for a moment. I don't know if you can hear this, but this really it gave me all kind of motivation when I heard it. And I'm hoping that it will do the same thing for you. And I know you've heard it before. However, I'm going to play it, just a couple of it, okay? A couple of minutes.
Sister. Girl, you've done it again. You are constantly raising the bar for all of us and doing so flawlessly.
You do know that you're that girl, right? I hope that when you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, you see how divine you are.
Know that so many people want what you got.
You have dreams to fulfill and promises to yourself that you must keep. I know at times you feel underappreciated and misvalued. Trust me, we've all been there.
So it's necessary that you can count on yourself.
Now, don't go seeking perfection.
Extend yourself a little grace.
Don't be afraid to celebrate the little wins as much as the big ones.
You, Miss Thing, are courageous. You are dynamic. You are principled.
So baby girl, just remember, respect is a minimum.
There's a sweet justice in knowing that the path you are on was designed for you and you alone.
Doing right by yourself never goes out of style.
Everything about you is majestic and a force to be reckoned with.
Trust me, people are paying attention. You're special and worthy of praise. Don't shy away from it.
And you don't have to get your groove back because guess what? You never lost it.
It's also important to rest. Make sure your hustle doesn't get in the way of your health. Girl, take care of yourself.
And the next time you want to second guess yourself, don't do it.
So pause for a second right now and relax, relate, release.
You are needed. You are appreciated.
Girl, you make me so proud. And I love you. Remember, you are
100% that queen. Oh, yes.
I don't know if that came from Black Girl Magic. I don't know whether or not that inspired you, but it inspired me so much in a real dark time and a real gray area for me when I wasn't feeling so much like a queen. You understand what I'm saying, ladies? Everybody goes through that. This crown, like I said, is heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy for all of us to wear. I had an opportunity to hear a speaker last week in not such a great place, but the message was awesome. So I want to share this with you for just 1 second. It was actually a pastor. So it was at a homegoing service, a celebration for my mother-in-law, actually. So forgive me if I go all over places, but this is a good message. He was saying that he had gone to or got invited to a career day. And the career day, pastors very seldom get the opportunity to go or get an invitation. And so when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, he is so right. How many people invite the pastor? So he said, they come up with the red trucks, the firemen and the police officers, and the kids are saying they want to be a fireman when they grow up. They want to be a police officer. They want to be a teacher. They want to be a doctor. They want to be a lawyer, but they never asked to be a what? So of course, what did you think? I know the first thing came to your mind was the same thing that came to all of ours. A pastor. He didn't say that. What people very seldom or little to none say is that I want to be an example. Boom. that I can put the period right there. We never say we want to be an example. And that's what I want to talk to you in my few minutes about the self-development. Ladies, if you had a billboard, let's talk about queens. Let's talk about Princess Diana. Everybody knows who she is. Everybody loves Princess Diana. If you had a billboard, what would the billboard say, Queen? When we have all these Queen Elizabeth, what does the billboard say? What do people revere about these people, these women? What is the message that you are giving? What example are you showing? Not only to other people, but to yourself. So when you do this crowning yourself, and I mean literally crowning yourself, you have to crown from the inside out. Way before this even comes on my head, I had to comb the hairs on my head. The weight, I had to prepare my head to be able to carry the weight of this crown. You hearing me? I'm so sorry that you can't talk that because I need that. The weight of the crown is heavy. But when you get ready to crown yourself, you have to crown your heart. Walk with me. Sound like a Baptist preacher, right? Walk with me. You have to crown your heart because see, the matters of the heart is deep and that spills over. See, the things that you can't see are the things that need the development on the outside. All of those things while you're moving, learning, shaking, and doing all of that, you got to learn how to crown the inside first. So when you get ready to put this on your head, I like that kind of look, you can hold it. You have to crown your hands. So when it's time, because your hands have to be open to receive. Every coach needs a coach. So, we think we know it all. So I'm moving a little bit faster and going someplace else with this. But every coach needs a coach. Everybody needs somebody to help them self-develop. We think we can do it on our own. We can't. The books we read, Maxwell is really good. All of those books, but we need a person to actually be there to hold our hand sometimes to move to the next level, right? When you crown your feet, they have to be ready to move. So crowning every part of you, not only your head, but your heart, your hands, and your feet. There's a message to that. So in my mind, I have a step process. And the step process is first is self-development, STEP, STEP. And Dana said it a little bit in my introduction. You have to be able to self-develop. How do I do that? By just doing what I said. You have to be able to touch your mind. Get in touch with your mind, your heart, your hands, your feet, because all of those things collectively will get you to the next level. How do you transform? The transformation has to come. People are watching. So the billboard that I talked about, I want you to be the billboard for women behind you, beside you. And I want you to make the women that went before you proud of you, because they left a legacy for you to pick up your crown and step. So that transformation, you got to be able to transform. There has to be some change. The butterfly doesn't stay the caterpillar forever. And there's some ugly stages, ugly stages that a butterfly goes through before it gets to that beautiful, colorful monarch butterfly. Are you a monarch butterfly? So that's the transformation. Equip. How do you equip? That's the E. How do you equip and empower? How do you do that for yourself? You have to be able to stay engaged, stay learning, continue to do that. Continue to be a student of all times. You're always on the interview. Be on that interview. Recognize that. But on the flip side of that, when I'm saying be the example, going all the way back to my first point, I know I'm all over the place, but I want you to get it. Being the example, there are women and young girls who are watching us. They're watching how we step. And it's okay to let them see you fail, because they got to see you get back up, baby girl. So they got to know that they can get back up. And the last thing is the P, to prepare for the next level. The only way that you can prepare for the next level is if you had started with that S. You have got to self-develop. You need a mentor. You need to read all the books you can read, go to all the networking events you can go to, watch every YouTube, whatever it is that you do to make sure that you are moving forward. And if you fail forward, girl. It's nothing wrong with failing forward. It's in that valley season when we have to sit down and learn, okay, we screwed up. Okay, fine. There's nobody perfect. But there's no way you can prepare without doing that self-develop. You got to transform, because you have got to do some changing. There's nothing perfect. And if it's near perfect, there's something else that you can do to make it better. And if you equip and embrace who you are, where you are, whose you are, then you prepared for the next level. So ladies, I want you to make sure that when you're crowning yourself, when you're inspiring yourself, when you pause and recognize just who you are, queen, just who you are, queen. I want you to make sure when you do that, when you get on that billboard, that you reign on that billboard. So when they come past, they can say, look at Deirdre, look at Dana, look at Sonya, look at Ronjeanna, look at that queen. I hope I helped you today. Don't forget to step. Bye, ladies. Bye, queens. Crown yourself today.
Woo! Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The smile on my
all
face
hail.
was the smile on my face backstage. Okay.
All hail, queen.
I'm backstage like, yes, tell them, yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. If it's anything that you all take away from this message, is to step. I love it. Step. Self-development. We have to go back and look at ourselves. Self-reflection. Who are we? We have to evaluate where we want to go from where we are right now. Transform. I'm always talking about transformation. What's a true transformation? You know, being able to be real with yourself and real with others, being authentic.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
that empowerment, that E. And E can stand for so many other
You
things.
can. You can.
And that P.
It all boils down to evolution.
Yes.
It's to evolve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And the last one was P. Prepare to take the next level.
Yeah.
And you were not lying, Deirdre, when you said this crown is heaven. I've been shifting this thing around.
It's a heavy thing to carry.
Fall off, and you always see those memes out there that says pick up your crown, because it's so heavy and so easy to drop.
Yes.
And we need our sisters.
Yes. Yes.
Pick it back up and put it back on our head.
Yes.
Yeah. Deirdre, I liked when you said to crown yourself from the inside.
Yes.
That's why Coach Dana, I'm like, it doesn't matter if your crown on the outside falls, because it's on the inside.
It's on the inside.
Right? So it's even though I didn't come with a tiara, I know that I am a tiara. I know I'm a queen.
That's
right.
So
it doesn't matter what external. I love that you said that, Deirdre.
Yes.
I thought it was absolutely very profound.
We get so caught up. We get so caught up in that. We get so caught up in that.
Yeah.
And it's not here. It's here.
It's here. Absolutely. It's here. Yeah. It is. That was an amazing message. Amazing message. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, just like we said, we have some amazing speakers today. So if you this is just the beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We got more for you. Okay?
What the song say? Bring them out. Bring them out.
Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so up next we have Narisha Meggo. So I'm very, very fond. She's a family member. I love her. But this is like, she's like my business soulmate. I love this woman. This is Narisha Meggo. She's founder and CEO of Your Harmonic Wave. She's also an inventor, social worker, counselor, and mompreneur. The list goes on, because you know about that Black girl magic, right? It never stops. So this is why she is the perfect woman to talk to you about getting motivated and staying motivated. It takes a whole lot of that to maintain the life that she lives.
It sure does, and I wear many crowns. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about how to stay motivated. Sorry if I got her name incorrect. Deirdre. She definitely laid it out perfectly as a perfect segue for coming into what I have written here about staying motivated. The first point that I want to make is, like she said, starting on the inside. I do a lot of meditation, a lot of affirmations. And I believe it's so important to get inside your mind and rewire any self-limiting beliefs, any type of belief that's going to stop you from going forward. A lot of our thoughts and feelings of ourselves, especially women of color, can be a little bit discouraging, especially with the media. Sometimes they only paint us in a certain way. And I say that to say this, it's best to start getting to know what voice is really yours. And also a part of that is just getting into, I think even for us, knowing our history and knowing stuff before slavery. That has helped me a lot, knowing who we really are as a people and what we really bring to the table, because we are like the heartbeat of this earth. We carry that spiritual vibe naturally. And I think that is definitely one of those points in our crowns that we need to keep held high and keep ourselves to a high standard, because, you know, we are kind of being picked at and taken down. So we do have to just focus on those positives. I do a lot of affirmations. So staying motivated, start with your mind. Start with how you think about yourself. Start with how you show up in the world. I liked when Deirdre said they're watching you. And my favorite part was, people got to see you fall because they have to see you get back up. And it does take a lot if you fall to get back up. but the whole point is to get back up. So point that I love is pen to paper. It's important to write out your wins so you can see things. Writing things down is, for me, I'm a writer. I write a lot. So I always set goals. I always am writing down my wins, no matter how small they are. And that may not look the same for everyone. As simple as sometimes a person, as simple as getting out of bed for that day is a win. So no matter what, big or small, gaining that gratitude, just for being able to pull yourself out of any spaces or overcoming things, it's so important to really learn to clap for yourself, learn to be your own drive. I like to do gratitude checklists. Just if I'm feeling like low or not in my best space, I kind of just write out all the things that I've done. I could put for my whole life or for the last week, but what have I overcome? And with that, you're kind of jumping on that frequency of gratitude. When you're in that zone, it's better to manifest from there, because you are definitely attracting your highest vibration. So I did see something about love or above. There's our energy and our thoughts and our words. They're literally creating the world around us. So we want to have a strong mental capacity to deal with when adversities come towards us. So I like to do that checklist just to keep myself motivated, and being mindful of that self-talk, how to treat yourself in your mind. If you make a mistake, it's okay. You don't have to beat yourself up. Something I learned, sorry, guys, I'm learning how to not say, so sorry about that. If I say it a lot, it's like a filler word, but learning how to, with your positive self-talk, learning how to not beat yourself up about things. And I learned something about guilt. You got to learn when guilt is appropriate. Now, if you did something to someone and it's out of your morals and it hurts somebody, then yeah, that's appropriate guilt. But don't feel guilty for saying no. Don't feel guilty for standing your ground. Don't feel guilty for being who you are. Just be yourself, the best authentic self that you can be. Because those energies, again, can hold you back or bring you down, you know? Another way that I love staying motivated is having a great self-care routine. I'm all about self-care. And this includes knowing when to stop. So I have a cycle of doing too much. And I've learned to, when my spirit says take a break, I learned to just sit down and take a break. You don't always have to be busy. Sometimes that is almost like spirit saying, take a moment. We got this. We got this. We have some of this. So it's also tuning into your faith. How strong is your faith? Can you take a break and know that things are going to be okay? Because they will be okay. So a self-care routine, a schedule at that is very important. And this all comes back down to writing things down, getting them out the mind and into the second dimension and being able to see it on paper. And the next step is being able to action. So I love affirmations. A part of my self-care routine is affirmations before bed and affirmations when I get up. And what this does is this like tunes you to your it's like basically creating again your day. How's your day gonna go? How's your morning gonna go? And another part of that night routine is actually shutting down the body. Again, I do a lot of meditation, so I speak to my body. Your body listens to you. Every word that you say, it listens. So that's why I'm also still working on. It's not perfect, but how I speak to myself is very important. Another step that you could take to staying motivated is you could also write down some of your hard times and the ones that you overcame, and really go back and think about how you felt in those moments, and then think about how you felt when you overcame. Think about how hard you thought it was, but you did it. So that's another way of like celebrating yourself. And just putting yourself back into that I got this mode. I got me. Because no one can necessarily heal you or help you until you're ready and open for that. Another way I stay motivated with business is getting around people who are either where I want to go or where I am, because sometimes people can be a little discouraging when you share some of your goals with them, and it can be a little bit hard when they're not in the same space, and you might feel a little bit like they don't get you and things like that, and you kind of want to steer away from some of that, and because then it can kind of put a little bit of self-doubt in you. So it's best to kind of partner up with people who will understand, no matter what you're trying to be or want to be. Just try to get in the spaces where it's going to help you develop in a positive way. And like Deirdre did say as well, going on YouTube, watching motivational videos, learning as much on the topic at hand that you're trying to learn about, just engulfing yourself in all that vibration of what you're trying to be. Another thing I do have here is exercise does help stay motivated. Sometimes when we are stagnant, the body wants to move that energy, keeping your vibration up again. So sometimes work might be too much, and a lot of us do sit for work. Even getting up and moving for 5 or 10 minutes can kind of get that vibration up. And again, with the meditation, I'm so big on breathing. Breathing exercises is something you could take anywhere. So you could YouTube that or Google that. There's definitely a variety of different breathing exercises. But the main focus when you're meditating is learning to stay present in that moment. And that helps you to also enjoy life, because we do spend a lot of time forward thinking, which can trigger anxiety, and backwards thinking, which can trigger depression. So we want to stay present and be thankful for what we have right now. What else do I have here? I wrote out a whole bunch of stuff, but I think I've touched down on what I wanted to share about staying motivated. Yeah, I do have for myself, I do tarot as a part of my business, Your Harmonic Wave. And I love to speak with people on spirituality and how they can even use that as another point of getting to know yourself from the inside out. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I have planned to say. And yeah, I just want everyone to work on their mind, because that is something that is under attack with the media, just naysayers, sometimes people around us who may not understand us. So making your mind like your powerhouse is the beginning. Like Deirdre said, you have to have the strength to carry this crown. And I wear many crowns. That's why I have many, many tools to stay motivated. So thank you guys for listening.
I think you did great. Well, everyone, this is Narisha. Do you see why I love her so much? Such a gentle soul, right? Talking about being self-motivated. And all of us queens, as Black women, we know the importance of that. There's a lot of times you have to pat yourself on the back and give yourself credit when no one else is giving it to you. A lot of times you have to tell yourself to keep going and keep persevering. When you don't have anyone in your corner support you or push you forward, you have to be that support system for yourself. So that is why it's so important to stay self-motivated. Narisha, there's a few things you said about being, I love this one, being aligned, surrounding yourself with people that resonate with you. like-minded people have the same vision as you. It is so important. A personal thing that I went through when I started to separate myself from people that weren't aligned with me, my life started to take off. Right. And it was just like it was when you remove the toxicity and the negativity, you see clearly, you see your path clearly. And this also makes room for you to align yourself with what it is you want to manifest. And when I say alignment, I mean like talking to people that are like you, talking to people that get you, talking to people that want the same things that you want. They're on the same vibe. You do things, just even little simple things like that, changing habits of letting go of things that no longer serve you. You see how fast your life starts to get into alignment and manifest. Also, I loved you when you said being present and being grateful. Oh my Lord. Yes, Lord. That is very, very important. Being present. A lot of times we find ourselves. We were in a society, we just went through a pandemic. What was going through your mind during the pandemic? What I should have did before the pandemic? What I'm going to do after? Just focus on what you're doing now. That's one thing that I learned during this whole, everything that was going on. Just be here. Just focus on what's going on in front of me now, because that's how I can function. And just being grateful for the fact that I have this moment to move forward. So I think gratitude brings latitude. You want to go far in life, just be grateful. Just say thank you. I'm thankful that I woke up. I'm thankful that I'm breathing. I'm thankful that I have food in my fridge and gas in my car. I'm grateful, and watch the universe just keep blessing you. I love that. I love that, Narisha. Thank you so much for that word. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Ki-esha, you reminded me, you brought me back to when I was a child. We used to be in church giving our testimony. Lord, I thank you for waking me up this morning, starting me on my way. And we just go on and on and on, because guess what? Gratitude is a form of healing.
Yes.
And so when you are grateful, it reminds you of the good things that's going on in your life instead of focusing on what's not going right, what's not going good. Yeah. So it keeps your mind, like she talked about, in the present moment.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for being alive.
Yeah.
Everything might not be going the way I think or want it to go, but I am alive. I have shelter over my head. Do you know how many people are sleeping outside?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people would love to have what you have and they don't have it. So I'm grateful. Very grateful.
Right. And so I think another thing you mentioned was about that energy. And I remember when we were recording one of our shows, we talked about that. And so I want to remind people, make sure you are watching Curls, Curves, and Crowns on October the 12th, when we are launching our very first show on the local channel. So make sure you download the Exposure TV Network show app on your phones, on your laptops, on your Xbox, whatever you use to watch and play games, anything you can download an app on. We're going to be there. So make sure you catch us. And we also want to remind you to just join our group, our Curls, Curves, and Crowns Facebook group. We will be having a giveaway. The person who invites the most people, we will have a special gift for you. So I just want to put that little commercial out there for a second, so oh my God, we have been off to a great start. Let's go ahead and move on to our third speaker. We next have another person that I just love, Miss Wellness Coach Ronjeanna Harris. And just to give you a quick overview of who she is a native of the Eastern Shore of Virginia, and she now resides in Virginia Beach. She is a wife, she's a mother of 6, she's a grandma of 1. But most of all, I think we have to give her some props. She is a nurse LPN for over 20 years of experience in healthcare. And so she's still working this full-time on top of being, I believe, a full-time entrepreneur, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Crown yourself, queen. Crown yourself.
So she's a certified wellness coach, and I'm just going to pass the mic on to her. It's all yours, ma'am.
Good, great evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Coach Dana and team, for having me on this amazing show. And I am your certified unorthodox wellness coach, Ronjeanna, and I am your community motivator. I am just honored to be up here. I'm going to talk a little bit about wellness and worth. How many of y'all know that these two key factors are very important, ladies, especially when you're wearing a crown and that crown is weighted? You have to know and understand fully your wellness and your worth. So I have a couple of key points here that I just want to touch on and elaborate just a tidbit on here. And I'm just excited, y'all. Look, I am excited because I believe that you have to be excited from within before you can ignite someone else. And as an igniter in the community, and as someone that is an advocate, I have to be excited. I am a kingdom builder. My businesses are faith-based on the principles of God. So he is the director in everything that I do. We're going into wellness and worth. One of the things that I put down, and I believe is very, very important here, ladies, zeal of worth. You have to have an inner zeal. And zeal means you have to have something in the inside that cannot cause you to feel like it's not worth it at all. So you have to have a zeal of worth. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are indeed worthy and worth wearing that crown, that weight was positioned just for you to carry. So you have to have a zeal of worth. Say it, put it in the chat. Tell your grandma, tell your mother, tell your niece, tell your children, your daughters. You have to have a zeal of worth. The next thing that I also put down here, and I apologize in advance if I'm all over the place. Again, I told you I am your unorthodox wellness coach, so I may shift at any time. I don't know. I just go with the flow here. Determination of your worth. How determined are you to win in your worthiness? How determined are you to make sure that the execution of you embracing your worth is fully and completely and effectively fulfilled in excellence? You have to have a determination of worth, of your worth, your worth. Say your name. Say, I have a determination. I, Ronjeanna, you say your name, put it in the comments. I have a determination of worth. You are created just for that worth. You are worthy of your worth. One of the things that I also wrote down here, and as the other ladies that have came on before me, my goodness, they really, really made me this come right on in and smooth right on in here with a little ease here, because they were hitting things on the nail. You know, it's almost like a groove we got going here. So I'm just excited that I could just flow my little tidbit in here. And one of the things that I wrote down, position yourself to be engulfed in your worth. I mean, full capacity, all of it. It's yours for the taking. It belongs to you. You can have it. God made all of everything that you're going to embrace, everything that you're going to encounter just for you to have. So position yourself, posture yourself to be engulfed in your worth. It's yours. No one can handle your worth like you can. No one can take on the full capacity of your worth like you can. Remember, you are worth it. One of the things that is very important, and as a nurse, as a wellness coach, wellness is very important. I don't have the time to go over all of the components. It's so many components. One of the things that I do realize, and I know that is very key, and the other ladies before me have touched on it, is you have to be healthy inside and out. Wellness is very important that it's accomplished on the inside and it radiates on the outside. One of the things that you have to do, and these are just some little nuggets here, and these are things that I had to implement. You're looking at someone that lost over 50 pounds, and I didn't have to do it with a lot of medications. I didn't have to do it by getting a surgery or anything like that. I did it because I did a complete overhaul of lifestyle changes. I gave a real yes to my worth. I gave a real yes to my purpose. And all of the weights of life started to come off in a form of demonstration right before my very eyes and everyone else's. Discipline yourself and wellness to thrive. You are supposed to thrive in everything that you do. And as the young lady said before me, the beautiful queen, if you happen by happenstance to fall, that's okay, but don't stay there. The grounds are not made for us to lay on, but the grounds are made for us to trod upon. It's made for us to stride upon. So if you by chance fall, that's fine, but get back up and conquer everything that was conditioned to make you stay on the ground. Remember, you're not meant to stay there. The ground was not meant for you to lay on. The ground was meant for you to walk in your purpose. As you are crowning yourself, one of the things that I did and one of the things that I battled with, and I have to use myself in a transparency format to be able to speak life into others. Don't feel guilty about your win. Don't feel guilty about the worth that God has given to you. Don't feel guilty about it at all. Remember, it's yours. Nobody can handle it like you. Nobody can take care of the worth like you can. Nobody knows you like you know yourself. So don't feel guilty about your win. Don't feel guilty about your zeal of your worth. Don't feel guilty about your excitement. It doesn't matter. You be excited. You have a zeal. You take care of yourself on the inside. You make sure that you are positioned and postured to make sure that you execute your wellness and your worth. You are worthy of the worth, and you are worthy of the crown. I just love this whole theme here. Crown yourself. That's right. Don't wait for somebody else to put the crown on you. You crown yourself. You take hold of that weight that was positioned just for you, the weight of winning, the weight of overcoming, the weight of breakthrough, the weight of execution, the weight of your purpose, the weight of everything that you are supposed to embrace. You take grab of it and you take that weight and you put that crown on with pride and you walk with your head up and you walk with a stride like no other. You give that Naomi Campbell walk with your crown and you be excited with it and you have a zeal about it and you just let the world know, listen, look what I came up from. I was once the one laying on the ground, but now I'm up wearing a weighted crown that is mine. I've earned it. It belongs to me and I am worthy of it. One of the things that I want to position to you or propose to you, position and balance. This is very important here. And I talk about this a lot on my affirmations, morning affirmations that I do. I love that the beautiful queen, forgive me, I'm terrible with names and I dare not mess up anyone's name, but I do morning affirmations as well live for my recipients through my nonprofit and also for my customers and clients. One of the things is position and balance. We got to be positioned, but we got to be balanced because many of us creatives wear several crowns. When you are a creative, when you are an igniter, when you are destined for great purpose, you're not going to always have just one crown. You may think you have just one crown, but you don't have just one crown. So balance is key. You have to be balanced. You have to execute everything in excellence as well. And it can be done because you are worthy of the crown. You are worthy of worth. Also, defragment. And I like to use examples. Defragment of life issues. You know how you have to defrag your computer? You know how you have to set it up that every week you do a good defrag? You have to defrag yourself of life issues. You don't want to have all of those little things, those little tidbits, the residue growing and attaching and attaching and attaching. Defrag yourself of life issues so you can really wear that crown. And I mean that it will not be knocked off. It won't come off unless you decide to take it off. But you want to defrag yourself of life issues. I really believe that these key points can help you really soar in what you are predestined to be, your predestined journey. It is a great format and recipe to win. And we as queens, we are going to win in this season. We're going to execute everything we're supposed to do. I am just excited about this. I'm excited about everyone that watched. I thank you for even putting this channel together in this show. Win, wear your crown and your worth. Know that you have to be well on the inside and the outside. Again, this is your unorthodox wellness coach, Ronjeanna. This is your community motivator. And I hope that this was really, really enlightening for you on tonight.
Woo! Love it. I knew you was gonna bring it. Let me just say that. I knew it. When I found out we had to find some speakers for this show, there were several ladies in mind, and you were one of them. And so I'm so glad that you said yes, because that was a word that was needed. So you talked about a zeal of your worth and determination of your worth. And I want to also say you spoke on some things that our previous speaker, I believe her name's Narisha, spoke about not feeling guilty. Sometimes we feel guilty about putting ourselves first.
Yes.
So that's what self-care is, taking care of you. When you are on an airplane and the airplane is about to crash, you have to take care of you first. Because if you don't take care of you, then there is no more you, right?
Right. You're a disservice to yourself
You're
and others.
disservice to yourself, and especially to my entrepreneurs out there, coaches, doctors, nurses. We're so used to taking care of everyone else around us. And we have to know our worth, that we are worthy, that we are deserving of the crown that we have on our heads.
Yes.
Oh my God. And when you said walk like Naomi, I almost got up and walked. I don't even have heels on right now, but I was going to do my strut for real. I am loving it. And so thank you so much, Ronjeanna, again, for saying yes, because the people out there, they hear you and we receive what you have to say on today. So thank you so much for your time. And so as we are preparing for our next speaker, I just want to remind the audience out there to download the Exposure TV Network app. We're streaming on TV device, on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, Fire Stick, any Android or Apple mobile device. You're able to download the Exposure TV app. From there, make sure you search for the mobile channel, okay? This is where you will find our show, Curls, Curves, and Crowns. And so again, we will begin airing on next Tuesday. But next up, I'm so excited to introduce our next speaker, who happens to also be one of the co-hosts of our show, Ki-esha. I'm not going to go deep into a bio because tomorrow we have a meet and greet at 8:00 p.m. And so we want you to come back and join us tomorrow night so you can hear about our stories. So Ki-esha, come on up. Look like we're having some technical difficulties. But Ki-esha, go ahead and bring it. We're going to try to bring the clip back after you speak.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you are enjoying this show and this plethora of knowledge, wisdom, queenship. I know it's not a word, but I'm a queen. I just make it up. Okay. So I just wanted to briefly touch on something that it's just a friendly reminder from one queen to another. Being your authentic self. Now, we could wear our crown as much as we want, and heavy is the head that wears the crown, but you need to know who you are, right? Before you get to know anybody else, know thyself first. That's how you know what kind of crown you're going to wear, what kind of moves you're going to make. When I say know yourself, do you know what your true desires are? Like really, things that come from you, not social media, not any external factors, not tradition, not religion, not conditioning, just you. Do you know that? It's important to know that. What makes your heart smile? What are your desires? What are your passions? These are the things that make you stand out as the queen that you are. Okay? Be unapologetically authentic. You don't need to apologize for who you are. You're not made to fit in. You're unique. You're supposed to stand out. So that is why it is very important for me. I have a YouTube channel called The Butterfly Effect. And it's basically about, it's tarot, but it is that inner transformation that leads to that outer manifestation of who you really are. It is remembering yourself. Remember, I said, first know thyself. It's remembering who you are and showing that to the world. Nobody else. Define yourself for yourself. As a queen, own your power. Own your power to design your life. Own your power to shine your own light. Own your power to be, just to be. I know in the world that we're living in, everything is quick, quick, quick. When do you take time to really step back? Go within. A lot of this, the speeches on this platform or the messages on this platform talked about knowing yourself from within. That is why I wanted to bring that back up. It is so important. We can all walk around saying we're queen, queen bee, queen this, queen that. But regardless if you're wearing a crown or not, you have to know that you're a queen because you know yourself. I don't need to wear this hat to know that about my power. I know what I possess. It wasn't always like that though. That is why I stress to you, it is important to define yourself for yourself, because in the society that we live in now, you will be 21 different people before you remember who you really are. Being influenced by everybody, Tom, Dick, Harry, Kim Kardashian, and everybody else. Okay? That's not what it's about. It's about stripping away the layers and getting back to just being you. That's where the magic is. Define yourself for yourself. Allow yourself to shed layers of yourself that no longer serve you. We talked about earlier. There's so many great messages. Deirdre, was it Deirdre? Narisha talked about doing meditation, going within, getting clarity, knowing your mind. It's so important. There was something Narisha spoke about, reprogramming your mind. I am not someone, I don't watch much TV. I have children, so I'll watch a movie here and there, but you will not catch me watching TV on a regular basis. No. I got more productive things to do with my time because I know myself. I don't watch the news because I'm not in the mood to be depressed. Okay, it's on loop. From you seeing it the first time, you don't need to see it again. That's just me. That's just me. Okay, but it is allowing yourself to shed layers that no longer, when I say resonate with who you are, change is the only constant. So transformation is inevitable. What are you changing into? Who are you evolving into? There was a saying earlier, fall, is it Deirdre? Deirdre said to fail forward. And I thought that was so powerful because you'll fall down, but you get back up. Remember, you do have examples. And what do you want to show these younger generations that are coming up? That it's okay to just be you. With all of these so-called role models out there, it's important to teach them that you don't need to be anyone but yourself. Because how are you going to let people know who you are if you're not showing them the true you? As a queen, it is your responsibility to be clear about the life that you want for yourself. Why? Because you are responsible for your own happiness. Not your children, not your spouse, not your parents, not your friends, you, because happiness comes from within. So I'm here to remind you that your days of asking permission to live, to be free, to design your life, those days are over. You are 100% responsible for what it is you create in this world, what energetic legacy you leave. Check out the show, okay? Exposure TV, only on the Mogul channel. You will get into our show, our episodes about energetic legacy, okay? So, like I said, this is just a friendly reminder, queens, from one queen to a next. Own your magic, own your power, but first know thyself. You do not need to apologize to anybody for who you are and what you bring to the table, because you define yourself for yourself. And I say that from someone who struggled for a long time on figuring out who I really was. And it wasn't even a matter of figuring out, it was remembering who I am. And I'm here now, baby, and I ain't going nowhere. And that is the same energy that I would like to extend to you all, queens. Remember your power, own your magic, be unapologetically authentic. You don't own not one. I'm not gonna swear. I'm gonna keep it classy. Okay. You don't owe not one person. Okay, let's keep it clean. An explanation for why you are living your life and why you are the way you are. Okay, so I'm gonna close this out. Thank you so very much for joining us on the Crown Yourself tour. Okay, now remember, your crown comes from in here. So take care of yourselves. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you. Coach Dana, would you like to say anything?
That was awesome, and that's why you are one of the co-hosts of our shows, because you just bring out that energy, that fire that's within, to remind us of who we are, to know ourselves. I love it, Ki-esha. You all can see more of Ki-esha on Tuesdays on our show, Curls, Curves, and Crowns. And so, Ki-esha, one of the things that really stuck out to me with what you said was to be responsible for your own happiness. And, you know, so many times we point fingers, we like to be the victim. Circumstances. And
forget all of that. There's no victims, and you're not a victim. You're a victor. You're not a victim.
Yes, we are responsible. For happiness, for our healing. It's not saying that we can heal ourselves, but it's the responsibility to say that I need to be healed. What do I need to do? What steps do I need to take to be healed? Once you acknowledge that for yourself, you take those proper steps that you need to take. Bam, there it is.
And that's why and that's why I said that's why it's so important to know yourself, because how are you going to know what kind of healing you need if you don't know who you are?
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm enjoying this show, you all. Oh my goodness. As you all know, this is Crown Yourself Tour. So this is just our first stop. We are coming back again. I don't know when, if it's going to be before our next season, because we're coming back, you all. But Crown Yourself Tour is just beginning. And so hopefully we were able to fix whatever technical difficulties we had. Let's see if we can play this clip for you right now. It's getting there.
Slowly but surely. Slow progress is still progress. We're still here with you. We're still here with you.
Getting there. That was one person. We got 2 more people to go.
Just stay with us, ladies. Stay with us.
So what I believe our clip was showing was that we have our meet and greet tomorrow night at 8:00 p.m. with Ki-esha, Ellis, myself, and Katrina. As you all may see, we are missing our third co-host, and so our prayers are with Katrina. They're with you. She had a family emergency, but she will be back. Hopefully she'll be with us tomorrow night, and you all will be able to meet her at that time. So let's go ahead and move forward with our next speaker. We have Miss Sonya Phillips, and she is a native of Virginia Beach, Virginia. And let me just say this, she also served in the U.S. Army.
Wow.
So we give you an applause and honor for that. She attended Tidewater Community College and Old Dominion University. She is the owner of Stretch Culture, which is a sustainable fashion brand. So she's going to be coming with us talking about fashion, but also talking to us about self-love and how she was able to tap into this new brand for herself. So come on, you all, let's give Miss Sonya Phillips a hand of applause.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so super excited to be here, you guys. So yes, I'll just take a moment before I get into everything and just share my crown. You know, I have this lovely head wrap, but here you go, ladies. Let's see here if I can get it right. I was trying to, but there you go. So heavy is the crown. So, and I'm worthy. Thank you. I forget who said it earlier, but yes, I am worthy of all my crowns that I wear. So I'll just get started because what God just kind of laid on my heart with just some things going through. I know my career started in 7th grade home ec. That is where I learned to sew. I didn't go to fashion school, any of that stuff. And the message that I have been getting in my life right now is that God does not call to qualify, he qualifies the call. And I feel like somebody out there needs to hear that, because whatever it is you're going through, you may not feel like you're good enough. You may feel like somebody out there better should be doing it. And all I'm going to say to you is you better listen. When God calls you, you better pick up that phone and you need to listen, because 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when I was in that home ec class, I would have never thought I would be a fashion designer. And I wanted to just speak to that manifesting thing. One of my favorite movies in the whole world is Mahogany with Diana Ross, you know, and I just remember that I wanted to be her. I wanted to be rich, and I wanted to be a fashion model, and I wanted a fine old thing like Billy D. Williams to be my arm piece, you know. And I didn't even remember until I was a young adult that in that movie, she was a fashion designer. So I don't know if anyone out there has seen that movie. And so it just reminds me that even in your subconscious, when you ask, it shall be given. And so just to fast forward a little bit to the now time, and I'm just so thankful that I have had a successful business in fashion for over 20 years. I started Stretch Couture in 2001, and I also teach sewing classes. And so with that, I'm thankful that I can not only do this for me, but to help other people. And so that's something I really wanted to share with someone out there too, that you might be going through something right now, but it ain't about you. So get out your feelings, because whatever you're going through right now is to help somebody else. So again, that goes back to God doesn't call to qualify, he qualifies to call. You're going through training right now. You're going through training. So for whatever God is calling you for out there, he's just preparing you. So I just wanted to encourage you today, and you know, whatever your desire of your heart, whatever you're passionate about, go out there and do it. And so I do have a few notes here that I had in my little thing, you know. Okay, so yeah, so that was the thing I wanted to lead with, is about, you know, hey, go out there and do what you're called to do, whatever it may be. And the next thing I wanted to mention about is that as a fashion designer, you know, I had the opportunity to just be in the presence of just some wonderful people, women from all walks of life. And, you know, as a business owner, you know, working full time, just having a social life, having a lifestyle, even in pageantry, you know, someone mentioned that you have more than one crown sometimes. And it can all get heavy and weigh on your shoulders. And sometimes you may get to a point where you are giving the best parts of yourself away to everyone else. And so I'm just here to remind you to take time for yourself. And so that self-love, that self-care is so important. And I just wanted to share with you guys what the dictionary definition of self-love is. It says self-love, defined as love of self or regard for one's own happiness or advantage. And so when was the last time you did something to make you happy? You know, and I think about that often. I don't know if you guys follow Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, but Will Smith said something one time. He said that he quit. He quit trying to make Jada happy. And he said the job got too hard for him. And he realized that that's not his job to make her happy. And that they both needed to go their own way and fill their own cups and come back full of happiness. And then together, you know, they would do their thing. And so I say that to you because a lot of times we look outward for happiness. Oh, we want to go eat something, or we want to go shopping, or you're looking for a mate. And you think making more money or taking that trip, you know, is going to make you happy. But it's an inside job, you know. And for me, I found myself in that place. They say, oh, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't pour from the empty cup. Well, I have poured from that empty cup. I have given that cup away. Now I'm sitting around parched with nothing to drink. Like on that movie, he like, can I just get one rib? Because I ain't even got a cup to put it in. So, you know, so that's what has really put me on my path of just remembering that I deserve to be happy. You know, I'm worthy of happiness. I'm worthy of love. And I'm worthy to love myself. And so with that, you know, I just like to speak to you to just say, hey, take those bite-sized pieces of self-love and self-care. If it means sitting on the toilet an extra 5 minutes before you go out there to greet your family, if it means sitting in your car extra 10 minutes before you come in the house, you know, do it, whatever it takes. You know, you get to decide how you self-care. For me, self-care includes me spending time with my girlfriends and, you know, doing unconventional things. Like I love meeting people. So networking is fun for me. I love that. But, you know, I personally have developed a new brand called the Sexy Unicorn, which is focused on professional, busy women that don't take the time to practice self-love and self-care. And it's 3 principles I like to share with you guys that I think pours into it for me. And comment, you know, let me know what you think. So in a world like today, you know, we're CEOs and we're bosses and we are moms and wives and we're working our 9 to 5, just trying to make ends meet. You know, we're TV guest hosts. And at the end of the day, you know, we really deserve to put ourselves first. And it's biblical. And so I have my little Bible verse here that I share with you. And it is Mark 12:30. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. And then 31, the second is this: love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. So loving your neighbor as yourself implies that you're loving yourself first before you can do it to your neighbor. So it's a gnat here. Who got that gnat in here? But I just like to share that scripture with people because we get in that mindset that, oh, we got to put our kids first. Oh, we got to put our husband first. Oh, we got to pay these bills. We got to put these bills first. Oh, we got to go out here and do whatever first. And we just have to remember to love ourselves first. So self-love is, you know, just the foundation. But the second thing I like to add is to love yourself, you have to know yourself. So earlier on, I typed in there, know thyself, and a couple of other speakers touched on that. So self-discovery, ladies, I think take some time to decide who you are, to know who you are. So to know your worth, you have to know you. And I bring that up because nowadays so many people are concerned about how many Instagram followers they have and how many people are liking their posts and how many comments, is in the sidelines. And at the end of the day, none of that matters. How are you commenting on yourself? Who are you? So to love yourself, you need to know yourself. So self-discovery. And the last thing that I would touch on that I think is a pillar is the sisterhood. So as I mentioned before, it is possible to pour from that empty cup and give that cup away and not have anything left and be so depleted that you can't fill yourself up. And you may not even know how to fill yourself up. And that's when a community like we have right here, we need our sisters to pour into us. So sisterhood is so important, and so having someone mentioned earlier, having someone that maybe can celebrate your wins with you. I have a few business besties that's all we do is talk business, and we so happy for each other, and we constantly just, helping each other in each other's businesses because, that's our lifestyle, and we love that, but at the end of the day, sometimes you need this community of your sisters to come and support you. And so, one of the things that I like to mention is that, when you're going into your private space, whether you're meditating, whether you're praying, I think it's so important that you're taking that time for yourself, but you also need to think about, going out into the world and, being a sister for somebody else too, so it's not all about you. Like I said, at the beginning of this, of my time was that everything you go through, it ain't for you. It's to help somebody else. Okay. So don't keep it all to yourself. Okay. Because a sister out there needs you to share what you got and, use your discernment and what that is now. So again, just want to come back to that, the self-love piece. It's so important that you recognize that you are loved, to love yourself, you are worthy. And, I'm just so super excited. I don't know how much time I've used up so far. I'm checking my little timer here. Let's see. Oh, I got like 2 or 3 minutes left. So, again, I just want to kind of tie those two schools together. That I don't know if you guys remember that old school look good, feel good, but everything that look good ain't good. So, it's all about your perspective and how you walk out into the world. So I encourage you all to just kind of take a moment and look inside yourself to find your happiness and, put on your crown. I'm just going to hold mine, wear it proudly, and walk into the world and be the queen that you are called to be. So like I said, he doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Because when I tell you guys my personal story, I stepped into professional pageantry at 43 years old. I'm 5'2", over 200 pounds, natural hair. I would have never thought in life that my calling would be to be an international beauty queen. And the very first time I went out there, I got first runner-up. I didn't win the first time, but the experience of getting that sisterhood and learning about myself, because that was the first thing I had really done in a long time. That was about me. I wasn't fundraising for a charity or anything, but I learned about me, and I, went on this journey. And 4 years later, now I am an assistant director to a pageant system. And what I learned is don't be tied to the outcome. Enjoy the journey. So in closing, everyone, I just encourage you to not be discouraged by the things that come your way. Just thinking of it as your training qualification training, because God has something great for you, and it's up to you to walk into that and answer the phone when he calls.
Mm-hmm. I love that, Sonya. I love that. Very,
Yes,
very
girl.
nice. Very, very nice. There was something that you said. You said a lot of things that I liked.
I know. I'm sorry. There's too much.
But it's not for you. You're in training. You're absolutely right about that.
It's
you don't
the old school.
know how many people your story can help because you failed forward, right?
Yes.
And you got back up, and you're being watched, and you don't know how that affects other people watching you. I thought that was really, really profound. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. So where is my my beautiful co-host, Coach Donna?
Donna done dipped on you. Okay, I'm the new co-host. Come to the screen next week.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Coach. Nice to see you, honey.
I am here. So thank you, Sonya, for being able to just wrap it up with the self-love and fashion. I mean, that was an awesome story to hear her story, how she went from being in the Army, how she was able to join pageants at her age. I'm not going to say her age again. But at her age, and how sometimes, we have to remember who we are. She talked a lot about that self-love, self-worth, self-discovery. And so you don't discover who you are, that would keep you in a box. But I want to say Sonya colored outside the lines when she decided that she wanted to be a part of this pageant, because most of the time when you see ladies who join pageants, they're tall, they're slim, they're young, and she went against the odds. And look, she won. The crown that she has, that's the real crown. I have a little play crown. I have a play crown, but she has the real thing. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to be able to share with you all about health and wellness on today. And so for those of you who don't know, curls, curves, and crowns is all things woman. So you're going to hear things about personal development, spiritual development. You're going to hear things about fashion, beauty, love, relationships, the things that, we sometimes kind of shy away from, those conversations. But myself, Ki-esha, Katrina, we're three beautiful Black women who come together to talk about things that matter the most to us. But Coach Dana W, I'm a health and wellness coach. And so I want to just be able to share some things with you as we wrap this up. I want to say again, thank you all for joining us on today. And what I want to talk to you all about is what the crown represents. The crown represents power, glory, immortality, and royalty. Have you ever heard the popular saying that health is wealth? And it gives a large meaning to our life, as health is considered the most valuable and precious thing in our life. Good health means that we are absent from disease in our body, but it's a complete physical, mental, social, as well as spiritual well-being of an individual. I heard a quote by Robin Sharma that says, "Good health is a crown on the head of a well person that only a sick person can see." I want you to understand that. Good health is a crown. What is a crown? It represents power. It represents glory. When a person who is sick sees a person who is healthy, they want that. They desire that. They need that. And you see, what happened to me, what made me become a health and wellness coach, is watching my mom suffer from liver cancer. And as October is Liver Cancer Awareness Month, I would be wrong if I don't just take this time to acknowledge that my mother is the reason why I am here today with you all. She is the reason why I decided to take this step out on faith to learn more about health and wellness. because I seen my mom suffer from cancer just a couple of years ago. And we spoke to her about holistic healing. And my mom was one who followed the doctor's orders to a T. And the doctor said, no, I don't recommend holistic and, that traditional medical treatment to be consecutive at the same time. And my mom listened to the doctor. And I'm not saying anything against doctors because we need doctors. But it wasn't until a couple of months later when the doctor said there was nothing else they could do for her that she said, okay, I want to do what you all asked me to do months ago. So I began to study about holistic healing. I began to research about the importance of essential oils, about the foods that we eat, smoothies, and the importance of alkaline water. And at that time, I realized that we have so much to do to be healthy. We are responsible not only for our happiness, but we are also responsible for our health, being healthy. So health is wealth. To be able to say, I am healthy, makes me rich inside. Because without health, we are nothing. We strive for personal success, and we can be sick, we can be in pain, and money means everything to us. But guess what? The same people who are searching and running for money are the same people who have to use that money to get healthy. So take care of yourself first. And we really understand the value of health once we lose it. But when we put our health first, we make it a priority. We take our health and our bodies for granted until we're broken and we're in pain. But I want you to undo the years of unhealthy habits, okay? Because it's not too late. Put your health first. Make it a priority. Strive to be healthy. Strive to drink that water. Strive to walk those 2 miles. Strive to eat healthy. Take those small steps because small steps lead to large results. So creating that healthy lifestyle starts with you and your willingness to change for the betterment of yourself. Because remember, as we're talking about crowning yourself, remember that you are worth it. Because self-worth is more than just knowing, oh, I want to step out on faith and become a business owner. It's more than just saying, I'm worthy of the money that's owed to me. It's more than just saying, you need to respect me, but it's about respecting yourself and your body because your body is your temple. So like eating healthy, exercise is just as important. And understand that health is not a quick fix. It's not like the commercials where you see somebody going to the gym and they're working out and exercising for a couple of weeks and it's gone and it stays off. No, it's not. It takes time, it takes dedication, and it takes work. Even as a health coach myself, I struggle sometimes because I love to eat good food. But I have to remember, I have to practice what I preach because it's a lifestyle. So a healthy, balanced lifestyle becomes a routine over time. We've all heard that it takes 21 days to break a habit. But I like to say that it takes 90 days for a true transformation. And that's why as a coach, I do 90-day transformational programs. Yes, you can sign up for a program for 4 weeks or 6 weeks. But guess what? 98% of people who lose weight gain the weight back. So what do you need to do to be in that 2%? You have to start with your mindset. You have to change the way that you think, change the way that you feel, change the way that you talk. Push yourself when you don't even feel like pushing yourself. Get up and move your body. I believe one of our speakers talked about the importance of movement. Because when we get tired, when we get weak, we want to lay in the beds and sleep and rest, right? But sometimes you need movement to move the energy in the body, because you can't be dormant. You can't stay still for too long, or your body will begin to ache. Your body will begin to go into pain. The motion in your body is what keeps you moving. So this is what I just want to share with you all today. Put the crowns back on your head, because you are queens. You are beautiful. You are God's children, and we must love what God has created. So I want to bring all of our guests back on the show. And I want you all to just think about every message that has come across on today. I want you to think about the words of self-love and self-worth, that zeal that you need. I want you to think about those times that we fall forward and that crown might get heavy and weighted. But when it falls, you're able to pick it back up. It does not have to stay there. You can pick it right back up and put it where it belongs. So thank you all for joining us for our first Crown Yourself tour. And if our ladies can come back, I want them to just reintroduce themselves, and I want them to share how they can just, if you all just want to find them on Facebook, on social media, I want them to be able to share that information. But I also want Ki-esha, our co-host, to be able to share some words of wisdom. I'm so grateful for today. Ki-esha, what you got for me, girl?
This is a great kickoff to the tour. Thank you to all of our beautiful speakers. Very, very powerful words. I don't know about y'all queens, but if you didn't get anything from this, I don't know what to tell you, because my cup runneth over. So Coach Dana, you are so right about health is wealth. You can't enjoy anything if you're not healthy.
That's
right. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're not healthy, what does it matter, right?
Yep.
Money can't buy happiness. Right? Yep. And money can help you get healthy, but isn't it much better? Prevention is better than cure.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Right. So and as I get older, I'm not going to tell you my age though. I told my son I'm 27. I've been 27 for 6 years now. And that's the way it's gonna stay. But as I get older, I recognize the importance of health as well. Yeah. Now for me, it's not about if my waist is snatched or if my bum is big. It's about, do I feel good inside? Mm-hmm. Do I feel healthy? Can I take a breath and breathe? Can I stretch without hearing cracks, my bones cracking? Can I bend down without my back going out? That's what it's about for me now. Health is absolutely well. I thought that was such a powerful word, Coach Dana. Oh my goodness, ladies, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. Everything you said resonates. Everything you said hits. It hits. From the beginning to the end. Thank you all, queens. You can only find us on the Mogul channel. Download the Exposure TV app and get exposed to all this good knowledge here. Like I said, my cup runneth over. And that's why I can pour into yours. We're all pouring into your cup. Yes. It's about, like Sonya said, sisterhood. Okay? Yes. Each one teach one, each one reach one.
Yes.
What I've gone through, I'm going to share that with you so you know that you may fall down, but you can get right back up.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. A lot stronger, a lot wiser, a lot faster than you did before. Yeah. Because you were queen. Mm-hmm.
Let me tell y'all, when Ki-esha get that fire, y'all better just stop that.
It's in my soul. It's in my soul.
Yes. But before we let you all go, Wellness Coach Ronjeanna, can you share with the audience where they can find you?
Absolutely. I can be found on my website. One of my websites is justnas.com, and that is my all natural skincare products and services. And some of my products are in the Walmart marketplace. They are also in Lips Beauty Bar and Supply right in the beautiful city of Norfolk.
Beautiful.
You can find my natural
Awesome.
skincare products there. Also for Gina's Eye Feed, if you want to really support purpose, my website for that, my nonprofit organization, and I serve the community weekly. I'm out there in the trenches to serve and help others restore hope one meal at a time, and through my coaching services. That is genusifeed.org. genusifeed.org. My book is on several platforms. I stumbled to rise in purpose. And sometimes when Miss Deirdre said sometimes you had to fall, I know all too well about that. So you can find my book on Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Target website. And frankly, I tell people now, not being conceited, but if you Google my name, you should be able to find everything. My TV show is on Big Mind Entertainment. And that is a health and wellness show that features up there. And I talk all things health and wellness and the things that people don't discuss from a nursing point of view. So I can be found on Amazon and Roku TV.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You talk about a serial entrepreneur right there. I love it. I love it. Let's go ahead and move on to Miss Deirdre.
Hi. First of all, let me just say, all hail, Queens. All hail. All hail to the Queens. I've enjoyed this. For anybody that's looking for me, you can step with me and mentoring her in minutes on Facebook. I do have a website, plandglobalevents.com, mypland.com. I got too many. So mypland.com. And you can reach me. I have an email up there. Any kind of way to reach me is up there. All my demographics and my information is up there. And I look forward to stepping with you soon.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. We'll go ahead over to Miss Sonya.
Hi, you guys. This was so wonderful, like that chicken soup to the soul type thing, like that. You know, that baked macaroni and cheese that only your favorite cousin make with all the, the right seasoning that's just right, just enough cheese and just enough salt. Man, y'all fed my spirit today.
Oh my
So I enjoyed it, but I already dropped all my stuff in the chat. But the easiest way to find me, I put one website. I'll put my other one. Is my name, SonyaZPhillips.com. So you can find me there. And I put my Stretch Couture, which is my main fashion website, there. And I also put a link, popame.co. You can see pretty much everything I got going on. I just would love to share with you guys. I do have a wellness event coming up in October, which will have yoga, nutrition, and feminine wellness. I have a young lady that's going to talk about the yoni steams and that kind of stuff too, because I just love talking about things for professional women, but some of the things that Ki-esha said earlier that we don't really talk about, so we still have to walk into our feminine energy, as queens. So I would love to connect with anyone that wants to connect with me, so we can kingdom build together, as Ronjeanna said earlier. So again, I'm Sonya Z Phillips, owner of Stretch Couture, and also the founder of the Sexy Unicorn. And I look forward to the next one. This was great, y'all.
Awesome.
Thank you. And this is not the end. Like I said, this is just the beginning. I just want to share how they can find you, the audience can find you.
Oh, who?
Ki-esha.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Sonya. Well, you can always find me on the mobile channel. Download the Exposure app. You know how we do. I'm going to put my plug in there. You can also find me on YouTube doing tarot. That is the Butterfly Effect. Butterfly Effect Tarot. So on YouTube, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram at Light Group Life, or my website, www.lightgrouplife.com. I am here.
Yes, ma'am. And it's your girl, Coach Dana W. You can find me on social media, Instagram, and also Facebook. You can just put in Coach Dana W, and I should come up. And also on the mobile channel, Tuesday, you will find us. Make sure you download the Exposure TV Network app, and we will see you all soon. Thank you again for tuning in to the Crown Yourself Tour presented by Curls, Curves, and Crowns. Talk to you all soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.